Last time on Join the Party.
Oh boy. Connor stayed after school to talk to Dr. Rom and eavesdropped on a conversation between the teacher and Rick Powers, who mentioned something about the Cloud cousins and the school security being down. Rowan had a guidance counselor appointment with Ms. Rita, who encouraged her to act to defend her people and praised how she protected Samantha. Remember the middle schooler who turned into the Jaguar Warrior? Boylan had similar advice for Rowan. Just let loose and do whatever. At the end, when Rowan left, Ms. Rita flushed the unmistakable colors of fear. Kraft snuck into the supply closet where they keep all the evidence that they take from villains and picked up an EMP, but just in the nick of time before she was caught, she was called to the auxiliary gym, where her guardian Emily Slaughter had to have a heart-to-heart. Emily Slaughter brought Broadsword, a medieval king villain who knew Kraft's father, to question for her project. Kraft refused, and Emily promised to back off if Kraft could crack the top 25 ranking by the end of senior year. If not, bad news for Kraft. Let's just do this freaking project before our parents do it for us, okay? Let's get the party started.
Hey, all you super friends! You want to get good together? You want to skip math together? You want to punch bad guys together? It's not that I haven't used my words, it's that nobody listens to me and I can shoot fire! 1, 2, 3, 4!
Interview with a Villain, issue 4. The cover is Kraft, Connor, and Rowan at a computer lab. Somehow it is 2000s era Mac computers, so they're the big shaped ones with the colors. But we can't see because it's dark in there. It is 3 a.m, and all of you are cramming to finish your projects. Tell me, what snacks do each of you have next to piled high around your school-issued keyboard and 2000s Macintosh?
Flaming Hot Cheetos and Sour Patch Kids.
Of course. At the same time?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Disgusting.
Poured on top of them.
Does Kraft have, like, used chopsticks for that?
Oh, hell no.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely not.
Full hand.
Does Kraft have a glove that is also a claw that she only uses for snacks?
Absolutely not. It is just raw dog in it.
I think Rowan could float up individual Cheetos if you get too high to manipulate those.
It's true.
Oh, that's fun. Kraft gets so high that you just like lay down on the bed and then fly Cheetos to your mouth. That's great.
Yep.
Nice.
Helps me practice my fine motor skills with my powers.
There you go.
Rowan's got fruit leather. Many flavors. But otherwise, none of these people would eat a vegetable or a fruit. So she sneaks carrot in there sometimes with the mango.
And Connor definitely has like a big old, like the family size bag of pirate booty, which I don't know if it existed back then, but it does now. Pirate booty of the white cheddar flavor, and he's eating it, but he's crying into his bag because he's looking at the Mac computer and he's saying, like, in his brain, he's like, transparent, 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 transparent. We're the same.
Yeah, there's a lung inside of the Macintosh.
I'm also a machine, man.
It's taking everything in my power to not talk about the pirate booty guy trying to take over his Long Island town.
Yeah.
We can't.
I know.
We can't.
I know. We can't
So
afford it.
Connor's then eating a knockoff brand called like
Captain's Butts.
Buccaneer Yums.
Buccaneer Yums.
Yeah.
Brandon, no, the school runs on 2000s era Macintoshes. It is still 2020X.
Okay, cool. Got it.
That is just what they have in the computer lab. It's also funny to think that you are all in the computer lab.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, do schools have computer labs now? Because that's incredible.
I doubt it.
No, I think they just hand out Chromebooks to children.
Yeah, Chromebook
Yeah.
carts.
Yeah.
Wow, everything's different now. The reason why you're all cramming is because this is the last issue of this arc, which means you need to submit your interview with a villain projects. It is coming down to the wire. You only have like a day or two before the senior seminar meets again. And I don't think, unless you all did stuff in between issues, I don't think you've worked on your project yet.
Is it an inappropriate use of an X card to say X card on school anxiety?
I think we shouldn't have picked masks if that was the case.
Yeah, Brandon, this is literally a mechanic. You can't X card. That's be like, actually, I don't like that I roll a D20.
X card.
Can we put a veil over all rolling, please?
I didn't try that. I should have tried that.
Yeah, Brandon, a little late now.
Yeah.
So I think if I tried hard enough, I could probably slow down time. And like I've tried to do it in small ways by making me go fast or the air going kind of more slow. And I don't think I'm strong enough yet. And probably if I tried, then maybe there would be like a black hole or something. I don't want to do that. But I think maybe I could make it 3:01 for like 70 seconds.
Well, we know that time does slow down the closer you get to the center of the black hole.
Yeah.
So if you just position the black hole close enough, but like not too close, where it's just like, let's dilate time by like a couple hours or like a day or two.
Yeah.
That could work.
What if we just went to the dump?
Oh.
Starwipe, the dump, 3 a.m.
Starlight the dump.
Do you think there's less conflict in the school because you can get all your teenage aggression out as a superhero beating up villains?
No, I think it escalates.
Yeah, we cut to last year where Jolton Joe throws her glove at Hoover Moover's face. I looked at your phone. I got it in your phone. We both have electricity powers. You can't lock it. You can't lock it. You can't lock it. Lights just exploding.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible. All right, yeah, y'all going to the dump.
Oh, we're going.
We're just going.
Let's go to the dump.
Hell
We
yes.
leave campus and we go to the dump.
Incredible. If you're just going, it must be like 3 p.m., right?
Yeah.
Right after school, you're heading down there. The Jupiter dump, if you were taking it public transit sort of way, it's a bus to a walk that's next to the highway. And it is like almost mandatory that a car is going by you at 80 miles per hour while you're walking. Like you could cross through, back houses and stuff, but if you're going to do it the old-fashioned way, if you're going to do it the Google Maps way, you're going to have to walk next to a bunch of cars on the highway.
But it's nice because whenever we get tired of walking, Ronan can just like float us for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I get tired and someone has to carry me.
Yep. Well, I can carry you, and then it's like a
You're so light and we're so big.
Is it more power, like more effort to like raise me than like craft?
Well, it's about mass, and I think it'd be kind of rude to talk about your relative masses to each other without you both wanting to know your relative masses.
That's fair.
What's our relative mass?
Connor's more.
Feels right.
And he flexes.
Yeah.
You come up to the dump. There is a woman in her late 30s, but you guys don't know, so she could be like 25 or 45, honest, or 65, honestly.
Yeah.
There is an adult woman in a dump uniform, like I think just green-gray coveralls that says Jupiter Sanitation Department on it. She's hanging out in a security booth in the front of the dump. There's like a little, just like one gesture of, hey, don't do that from her little gate in front. And she's like, yeah, how can I help you?
Aaron, can I pitch you real quick that Jupiter's civil service uniforms are like super futuristic style, like 1950s space futuristic style?
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, tell me about that.
Like, did you see in Toy Story Pizza Planet, like that vibe?
Oh, sure. I think it's really funny that she has like sanitation department coveralls, but they're like bright purple with swirls all over them.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. I guess it has to be it should be like a rusty red. I mean, it has to be like Jupiter, right? So it's a rusty red sort of color, but with lots of like white swirls in it. And there's like a big red dot where it says Jupiter Sanitation Department.
And there's like
it's really cool.
little silver, like sparkly silver winglets on the shoulder. Or
Oh,
something.
yeah. Like the little, like barely epaulets. Yeah. No, I love that. And she like looks so tired and is on her phone playing Candy Crush. She's on level 5012 and she sees you coming up, barely looks up and says, yeah, can I help you kids?
Yeah, we accidentally threw something out and we wanted to look for it here at the dump where things get thrown out.
Oh, sure. What'd you throw out? We sort them. If it's cool enough, we take photos of it.
my wallet with my ID in it.
Yeah.
It's not that cool,
Oh,
but I need my ID.
how'd you
know?
how'd you lose your wallet? Can't you see it all the time?
What?
Like,
Pants is still pants.
is it in your? It's in your skin pocket. You put it in.
No,
How'd you lose it
was
from your
in his
skin pocket?
No, he wears pants.
It's just a wallet. It was on my dresser, and then I swept my dresser full of trash and put it in the. What do you?
I
What?
work in the dump, and this is gross. Okay. Slam hits a button. This tiny gate opens.
Fair enough.
I was about to say I'm on my period, so you can always just say that if an adult doesn't know something, then you just be like, and then
Wait,
they'll
does
let
that
you do it.
Does that work for me too?
Girl, aren't we all? Go on him.
So, Kraft, what do you know about this guy, about this person?
I know he, or I don't know what the whole vibe is, but lives at the dump, hates the school, builds okay tech.
Rowan can try something.
Oh,
If you guys would just shield her from view from the main security guard.
let's just go around a corner of
Let's
the
go
dump.
around a corner.
Yeah,
She can't see us. I'm picturing like huge piles of different kinds of scrap metals. I know that's not how most dumps are, but that is what I'm picturing. And so we'll go around the corner of like multiple junked up cars, and then Rowan will put her hands down, like hovering above the dirt, and try to feel any cavities that exist among the ground or these piles of junk. Are there any big spaces and absences where there is less gravity and less gravitational pull because they are empty?
That's fun. I like that.
That's neat.
That is dope.
Yeah. Have you done this at like a large scale for a person before, or is this just like, hey, where are my keys?
I don't think I've done it at large scale for a person, except maybe checking for like fissures for where the ground's unstable. I think after the whole incident with the dorms and that whole bedrock schism situation, that made me pretty nervous about enacting my powers in a place where the ground isn't super solid. So I've been getting there, but I haven't done it looking for someone specifically.
I bet, though, Amanda, we probably had to take classes that were like natural disaster rescue mission classes.
For sure.
And I bet maybe you've at least tried it on that level.
Yeah, I think I'm starting to apply it and starting to figure it out.
I'm imagining this, and the teacher is just like an environmental engineer who works in Lake Town City, who got like trained in and is way too intense. So it's like, there's an earthquake happening. What do? You have 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3. You're all dead. Actually, you're all dead. You only had 3 seconds. Turns out you counted wrong. You didn't invest enough in science. You're dead.
Oof.
Wow.
I like him.
Good NPC.
Sorry, I got distracted by doing that scene. I forgot. No, I think that this looks like, you know how Daredevil's powers are rendered in the Daredevil TV show, where it's like you see the vibrations, or even in the movie when you saw Jennifer Garner with the rain. I think it's almost like it goes all black and then like little white reverberations go out and we start to see the topography like from underneath of what the dump looks like.
I also like the idea that when it in your brain or in your mind when it goes black, like reality sort of bends and shifts around the different masses. So it's like not only are you getting like vibration lines, but like it's distorted and like flexed around the different masses.
And I think as she does that, Rowan hears over her shoulder in a sort of glint off in the back of the scrap pile, "See, now doesn't that feel good? And because it's a baddie, you can just collapse that stack right on him. Take care of the problem right away."
Now, Rowan, be really careful not to collapse the stack down right on him.
We do have to ask questions.
Rowan's just like pouring sweat down her temples.
This is a wonderful time to unleash your powers.
Yay!
I think if there's a lot of, you really got to thread the needle here. I think you have to unleash your powers.
All right, let's do it. My freak is +1 right now.
You can do it, Rowan. You got this.
6 + 1 for a 7.
Okay. I was going to say, can we get you to the top? We can't.
Not this time.
It is so, you all keep rolling exactly the
know.
numbers that where team cannot help you,
I
which
know.
is so crazy. On a hit, you do it, so you're going to be able to do that, but you either mark a condition or I will tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and mark insecure because I think Rowan is worried that she's doing something Voidyland's excited about.
Oh, this is so interesting about you're looking for like absences. So I think that if you take a right past...
Looking for voids, Eric?
You're looking for voids.
Some voiding in.
I think if you take a right at Compost Junction...
That sounds great.
Are there little signs around the junkyard?
Oh, you know there is, Julia.
The king of Compost Junction is like big old red wiggler worm.
Big worm.
Yeah, you can't really interview the big worm.
He's not a villain.
And you can take a left at E-Waste Acres. Around in that area, there is a cavern that is covered up by a bunch of old laptops and Xbox 360s that you can move away. And if you move that away, there is a cavern down there, which seems pretty big and pretty empty.
Rowan's got some like perspiration on her hairline. Her blazer is like a little bit scrunched, and she's like, "It's under all the laptops. Do you want me to like make a path?"
If you can do it safely, but if not, I can always dig it out. So,
Connor
whatever
and I
you're
could
feeling.
probably handle it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got this.
Rowan's just gonna shift. I think she probably shifts it most of the way, but not totally uncovering the pile, but almost like the pile slumps sort of backward away from the entrance to the cavern, and she points the way.
As the cavern opens, you hear...
A seal?
Well, Julia, it's funny you say that because jumping out of the hole that Rowan made are these, like, 3 feet tall little T-Rexes that are made out of scrap metal. And with the way that their voice boxes are warped and garbage, their barks and growls sound like seals. So it's like these little technological T-Rexes. They remind me of, like, you remember those robot dogs that you got at the Sharper Image in like 2012?
The eye dog or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, but like they're rusted and look like garbage, and they've been remade to look like little T-Rexes. Big head, big teeth, like little bodies, little arms, but big feet. And they start running out and they go, and start jumping and snapping and trying to bite at all of you.
They're so cute.
I got this one.
Wait.
I want
one.
Rowan and Connor are clinging to each other. I want one.
We can have their bodies when I'm done with them. And then Crab's just gonna lightning bolt them.
They're all gone. They're done. They're
Fuck.
Rowan falls to her knees. Life is so capricious.
Sorry, I
fine.
panicked a little bit.
No, you didn't panic. It was right. It was a good thing.
I think I just need a lizard or something. It's okay.
A lizard.
Connor, there's one near you that is like twitching and sparking, and it looks up at you, going,
Connor picks him up, cradles him in his arms, and it's like, "It's okay, boy. You'll go to the big Jurassic Park in the sky."
just bites you right on the face.
Ouch!
No.
See, this is why I know they're cute, but they also do big bites.
No, you're right.
But so do dogs who aren't trained well, you know?
Yeah? Yeah? Okay.
Hey,
Coming from the inside of the little T-Rex, you hear, "Hey," and it's all garbled because the voice box has even been electrocuted now.
Connor drops it.
hey, is there something wrong with my cameras, or do you actually look like that?
Who are you talking to in this one?
The wiggly one.
I'm not wiggly. I have regular skin. It just, the light looks wiggly. Because it's all, it's like, have you ever heard of gravitational lensing? It's like that.
I have heard of gravitational lensing. Have you heard of the fact that all of your friends and everyone at school probably thinks that you're weird?
Have you heard of the fact that I can make gravitational lens look like a fucking picnic?
Oh, have you heard of the fact that you're definitely using words to overcome your obvious insecurities because you're a teenager?
Let's see.
Yeah, I have heard of that one.
Okay, distracting. Let's go.
No, don't go in there.
Oh, let's definitely go in there.
Look, we're going to come in, but it's fine. No one's going to hurt you. We just want to talk, if that's okay. We're just here because we have an assignment that we want your help with, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah, students from Water's Edge Academy coming in here saying they're not going to hurt me. Yeah, I haven't heard that before.
Okay, well, we're slowly creeping in. My hands are going to be up. I'm going to be in front here. Just don't do anything rash, please.
Fine. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do anything rash. I'm going to think this through because my whole front of my brain is fully developed and yours isn't.
See, like, normally I would say, and this is Kraft as they're approaching the hole to Rowan and Connor. See, like, normally I would say, like, you don't want to let a villain monologue at you because, one, it's usually just a distraction.
Yeah.
But two, in this case, we do kind of want them to monologue at us because, yeah, that's the assignment.
It's a good distraction.
That's really confusing.
You're right.
Can I assess the situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm out in front here.
Yeah, you can assess the situation. I think I'll tell you as much as I can from you walking into the cavern.
So plus superior, I got a 5 plus 0, so nothing.
We can get you to a 7.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
totally.
I think in assessing the situation, Kraft has been telling the group kind of all of the information. One, that she has on Obstructor Constructor, and two, just like general villain shenanigans that they should expect kind of going into the situation.
Tell me some villain shenanigans.
Well, I did just say usually a monologue is like a way to distract you so that you don't take some actions. They just kind of want to do their own thing while they're monologuing at you. Like, usually they're like getting into the escape pod while they're monologuing at you through a microphone, you know?
Oh, who's to say I don't have an escape pod right here? Ha! Logical fallacy, logical leap.
Well, I mean, the fact that they're telling us that they have an escape pod probably means there isn't an escape pod, but they want us to think there's one.
Oh, and Kraft is like you said, where there's going to be like an easy first line of defense, and then they make you think that that's the whole defense, but it is actually not.
Right. It's a booby trap situation for sure.
Yeah.
And Rowan, how are you helping?
I think Rowan is making the air in the tunnel slightly denser so that the lamps or lights or whatever is providing illumination can be a little bit brighter. Because I know Connor has an advantage in seeing in the dark, but I want to make sure that Kraft and I can as well.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I bet there's some oil lamps in there. Totally.
Oil lamps.
Yeah, cool oil lamps.
Is he a miner?
Yeah, in the dump cavern, Julia, there's cool oil lamps. Okay, let me tell you how that all worked. Connor wanted to do something. Brandon rolled a 5. Both Kraft and Rowan helped because we have a bunch of points in the team pool. This is our first time doing it. So we have 4 points in the team pool. I'm subtracting 2 points because they're being helpful. That is 5 plus 2 is a 7, which is a mixed success.
Yes. Woo! Good job.
So now we have 2 points left in the team pool.
Absolutely. Assessing the situation. Now you get to ask one question on our assess this situation list.
Should we ask, hey team, should we ask what here can I use to like hold him? Or should we ask like how can we best end this quickly? Or like what's the greatest danger? What do y'all think?
I think you should ask, what here can we use to win the assignment?
What here can we use to persuade this guy to talk to us?
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, that's great.
Cool.
I like that. What here can I use to persuade this villain to have a chat with us?
Got it. So, Obstructor Constructor continues chattering through the sparking T-Rex that is in your hands, right? And is saying all types of stuff to try to get you to leave.
What? You're here just for a grade or just here for a project? I am a person. I am not a grade. I'm not someone who can be won. I'm not something that's going to get you into Princeton or Morrow University or the secret CIA, which is even more secret than the regular CIA.
Obstructor Constructor wants to talk.
Excellent.
So
We'd love to hear
if
that.
you wanted to, and you got him into situations, you might not need to like cocoon him, hold him down, and waterboard him and interrogate him. He might just talk to you. If you want to take opportunities to pierce the mask or provoke him, I'm sure you could.
I think Kraft is going to lean over to Rowan too and be like, can you start like recording a voice memo on your phone?
Yeah, do that.
Rowan taps her breast pocket, and she is.
Sick.
Yeah, really, we just, okay. You caught us. Our assignment is sort of just a pretense. We're sort of interested in being villains, and, like, we kind of have a bone to pick about the school, so, like, we would love to just, like, pick your brain, and Connor shakes his head. Pick your brain about, like, you know, your thought process, like, how you work. You know, we're sort of just, like, learning from all sides here.
And maybe like you could give me some advice about my powers specifically, because one of the things that I could do is like make stuff stick together with the gravity, and I want to be able to do it in a way that's as cool as your T-Rexes.
Yeah.
My dad's like literally a villain, so.
As you are walking in through the caverns with the oil lamps, and the oil lamps stop, and in front of you is a large, dark chasm. As the three of you are making your way through, then you hear the burst of electrical lights coming on all at the same time. And you're kind of inside of a geodesic dome that's been carved into, like, you see there is trash just like melted together above you. And it's been crafted into this Colosseum dome situation with these minor lights just everywhere. You know, the ones that are like all strung together with the little cages around them?
Yeah, like construction lights.
Yeah. And it's like the bottom part of this dome is dirt. Like, you know, the actual dirt of the earth that is underneath every single dump, right? But the majority of it is like smushed and plastered together trash of all different shapes, sizes, materials, and whatnot. And carved into that, up top, looking down on you from his rubbish throne, is Obstructor Constructor. You know, he probably does wear a trash crown, doesn't he? I'm sure he does.
I would.
He does.
I would.
But it's like, you know, the way that, like, you look at, like, some history books or even fantasy novels and, like, the crown is so ornate. There's so many, like, little baubles and it almost looks like a helmet because it starts out as the crown shape, but then there's, like, baubles and ties and connecting pieces with everything, and it's all just scrap metal, like this rusted scrap metal that surrounds
nuts and bolts and whatnot.
Yeah, surrounding him. And he's also holding this very large staff that goes all the way down to the ground, and it's made out of like mushed together, like you can see the can labels on the outside just running up and down the staff.
Cool.
He again is another haggard looking adult, ratty brown hair. He's also wearing a Jupiter Sanitation Department jumpsuit, but he has augmented it so he looks like he's also like a medieval king at the same time with like almost like big armor, decorative armor pieces, like the one you put on the King of Norway when he goes out on a hunt.
Sure.
And it's all just made out of like nasty mushed together metal.
Not gonna lie, pretty cool layer. Pretty cool layer.
Thanks, I made it myself.
I can tell. It's very impressive.
If any of you were so busy being all of you are so busy being the new generation, disrupting, that you could build something yourself, like I did. I don't believe your pretense. I think you just want a grade. You think you're the first students to come in here saying things, offering me things. Oh, I'm a villain. Oh, I'm thinking about being a villain. Oh, the trash man is so interesting and cool. I don't believe you.
Well, first off, I would never call you the trash man. Your Highness.
Yeah, that's not your name.
Thy Obstructor.
We're not here to like, flatter you. Like we're just here as like peers. We just want to talk, chat. We hear your side stuff. Like we're not here to like blow smoke up your bottom, your throne.
Staff.
You know, if you know what I'm saying.
I think Obstructor Constructor gestures towards Connor with his incredibly large trash staff and is like, all right, New York Times boy, ask me a question. If this is an interview, interview me.
Okay.
What do you want to know from Obstructor Constructor?
Well, how did you become who you are? Like what was your journey to get here to the trash throne? Or what do you call your throne?
What a plaintive little boy. What a plaintive, sweet boy you are,
What
Connor.
a sweet, earnest boy.
Truly, you're so earnest. Yeah, I'll give you that. Pierce the mask, my friend.
Yay!
And Brandon, you get +1 to this.
Yeah.
So remember, when you pierce the mask, you are going to try to see the person underneath. You're going to roll plus mundane. You also get +1 because you asked your relevant teacher a question on how to do your project correctly, so you get +1 to that.
Well, that's good because my mundane is a -1, so it's just neutral now.
Okay.
All right, give me that Brandon D6 roll.
I'm going to roll January and Chad, so we'll see what they say. They say a 5.
Interesting.
I say 5. You still have 2 team points.
Would you all like to help?
Oh, yeah, sorry. My brain was like, well, we simply can't do anything about
You
a
could
5.
do it again if you wanted to. You'd be out
Yeah.
of team points.
What happens if you fail?
Oh, there's some consequence that you get to make up, Eric.
Yeah, there's always consequences. If you fail, then things happen.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well.
Yeah, we'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Kraft is going to be like, I mean, a throne as beautiful as that, and like, I've never seen anything like that before. It has to have a cool name, right? Like, we've all watched Game of Thrones.
Oh, that old show? I haven't heard of it, but I do know that crown has a lot of copper in that. That's really good street value. Must be worth a lot of money.
Oh, you know your medals. And you're flattering. And you're flattering me, but I'll take it for now. Wonderful. I went on to the question, and Connor, you have fulfilled the assignment. You can get a 10 plus on your project roll as Obstructor Constructor shifts in the throne and says, the throne is called Another Man's Treasure.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Beautiful.
I like that.
Thank you. I'm sure you kids with your online dictionaries and T9 texting and autocorrect don't know where that's from, but it is the phrase one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's what it's related to.
Whoa, that just like blew my mind.
It's kind of like a poem when you think about it.
Connor sort of like looks back to his teammates and is like, what the fuck is T9?
Is it like a rude phrase for an ethnic group? I don't like to repeat things until I'm sure it's not a rude phrase for an ethnic group.
All right. You Edgers 3.
I don't like that.
It's a nickname that I have for the students who come here and ruin my day. I was just about to solder some things to other things.
I'm sorry.
that sounds fun.
Oh, you like soldering?
Yeah, I do.
What's your favorite way to attach one metal to another?
I like silver solder personally. It's like it's difficult to solder because you have to get a lot of heat, but like it's a much stronger bond when you get it on there, you know?
I'll give you a little present for that. That's good. Obstructor Constructor says, well, here's my favorite way of soldering. And he raises the staff and gestures at like 2 water pipes that are sticking out of the top of the geodesic dome. And he pulls it down with like a sickly green energy and sticks them together.
Whoa, that's tight as fuck.
I didn't realize you could do like magic.
Yeah, no, it's not magic. It's technomancy. What? What are you going to say? What? Say it. Say it. Tell me you know better than me. Say it.
That sounds like one of the coolest powers I've ever heard of. It's just, sorry, it like totally blew my mind.
Craft is very high right now as well. So like, you know,
would you like some weed?
Did they have marijuana when you were our age?
I did, but my body is a temple. I would never.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. I kind of have a tenuous grasp on all of this.
Also, I want to say from before that you used 2 points, so you have 0 in the team pool as of now.
I think Kraft's going to go next. And Kraft is going to be like, well, like part of the reason we sought you out is because we came face to face with one of your creations at the school.
Oh, you see with the havoc that I wreak upon your peaceful Elysium. Yeah.
And you know,
we fought him.
We fought it, and it was like one of the most difficult things we've ever had to fight before.
I didn't do a good job. I did a really bad job. I was knocked out for like most of it. It was terrible.
And we were just like so impressed by the prestige and the power that we really wanted to like get to know the person behind it.
Yeah.
I mean, we did beat it, but like
eventually.
But it was really hard.
It was a fight.
The fountain's never going to be the same.
That's kind of my fault though, but yeah.
Kraft, I think you're provoking the thing, but in a positive way. Remember, provoke means anything. Trying to get them, you are doing something through speech to get them to do something. And I think the thing you're trying to do is have them believe that our AI was really hard to deal with.
Yeah.
And which will allow him to open up. Because I can see one of the things you might get is they err, you gain a critical opportunity to pierce the mask.
Cool.
That's how I'm feeling mechanically for the vibes you're doing here.
Mechanically.
mechanically. I am going to roll an add plus superior, which for me is a 0.
All right, let's see how it goes.
That is a 6 plus 1 for a 7.
Oh, baby.
Close. That was close.
So close. All right.
All right. That means I get to pick one, and I am going to pick the gaining a critical opportunity.
Yeah, I'll give it to you for sure.
Oh, thanks, Eric.
Yeah, I think they err. They gain a critical opportunity. You flattered him, and then you said you sucked. It's like, well, the thing that you don't understand is that art AI wasn't created to hurt, wasn't created to do damage, unless you're talking about
Damage to copyright.
Property damage?
the damage to the school. Yes, I was going to say damage to the school.
There was a lot of property damage that happened.
The grass will never be the same.
Oh, well, wait, what happened?
Oh, well,
the feeds I had baked into art AI was focused on something else. I didn't see the full extent of the damage to the school.
Oh, what was it focused on?
Granddaughter of Frankenstein, you're not going to get me.
Oh, no, my dad's Dr. Prometheus. I don't think I have a Grandpa Frankenstein.
Pierce the mask.
Cool. 6 plus 2.
Ooh, there we go. It's an 8.
Here we go.
Bang.
Baby.
All right. Is that the question you want to ask?
I think so.
Is like, what was the camera? What was it looking at?
Yeah, well, like I know you sent it for property damage purposes, but like, you know, what was it really sent for? What were your feeds focused on?
All right, bang. Craft can get a 10 plus on your project at the end of the session.
Look whose ranking's gonna go up.
Hey!
Look who's trying.
Yeah, look who's trying. Dr. Prometheus. Oh, he's making flesh minions now. Interesting. I don't dabble. You don't usually dabble in those sorts of things. I'm more of a, metal minion kind of guy, but interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if flesh minion is the correct term for child, biological child, but sure, whatever.
His child. The child of the great Dr. Prometheus. Well, what I was looking at, little Prometheus, I was looking at all of the ways I could ruin the school in the future, and boy, there are so many security flaws that only an intentionally moved screwdriver would be able to get in between the cracks and just pop it open.
Yeah, you're right. There is a lot of lack security at the school.
Oh, you think it too? Tell me, how do you think this, little Prometheus?
Oh, I broke into some places I'm not supposed to break into.
Oh, when did you break in? Where and when? Tell me everything.
When? Recently.
Oh.
Where? A supply closet.
The apple doesn't fall far from the evil tree.
Kraft leans over to Rowan. Can you make sure you delete that before we submit?
Yeah. Oops. Uh-oh. And she hits her breast pocket a few times.
Oh, you're recording this?
Well, I have to transcribe the notes from all the good wisdoms you had. Don't worry, I won't share the actual recording, just the quotes.
I know the powers of modern technologies. I control what happens here in the trash dome.
Wait, I need your help. I need your help, please. Because I want to do what you do. And gravity is whatever, but it is what is all around me. And I've been practicing something, and I really want to know, all the heroes and the teachers at school, they can tell me things, whatever. But I want to field test it. I want to get it ready. Would you give me feedback on my powers?
I can give you feedback right now. He circles the three of you with his incredibly long trash staff, and the electronics in your pockets start to rise out of it. Rowan, your phone comes out of your pocket. Craft, the teleportation I guess it would be both. Yeah, the teleportation disc and the EMP in like your fanny pack start to move up. And Connor, what tech do you have on you?
I was thinking, obviously I have a cell phone, but he probably also has like
Did your aunt put like
Smartwatch?
fitness tracker.
Thank you. Yeah,
Heart
like
monitor.
a really high-tech fitness tracker on you that like sends biometric data back to her for you guys to study.
Yes, I like that.
You like that?
Yes.
Yeah.
She'd also know if Connor ever had sex.
Oh, no. They wrote a script together so that such waves are just deleted.
No.
Well, we cut to that situation where in the future Connor has sex and Anita Tigre sees it, and then we cut to Anita and she's like, yes!
Did it.
God, I was worried if you didn't do it for another 6 months, we were going to have to do some sort of psych consult. Oh, good. Janice, don't tell him I said that. Delete that.
She texts the group chat and fucking finally.
and fucking finally.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey everybody, it's Amanda. Welcome to the Midroll, which is brought to you this week by sprigs of dried lavender tucked into clean sheets. It's the best, y'all. Thank you and welcome to our newest paying patron, Nora, who helped us get even closer to our goal. If just 11 more people join as paying patrons, we will play another one-shot from the character creation episodes that we played out in the One-Shot Derby 2. Now, keep your eyes to the skies because this Friday, paying patrons will get the Brindlewood Bay one-shot. We are so excited. It is so much fun. I promise you are really going to enjoy it. So again, if you want to hear the outcome of the one-shot derby, if you want to hear us play little old ladies trying to solve a grisly murder, then you have to become a patron at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. Go for it, y'all. If you like Join the Party, I know you're going to love the other shows that are part of the Multitude Podcast Collective, including Attach Your Resume, a show from Multitude with Season 2 coming very soon, by the way, that interviews online creators about how their jobs work and how they got there. You'll hear the personal stories behind seismic events in digital media and learn what concrete steps we as digital media creators and you as digital media landscape observers and audience members can actually do to build sustainable media livings. So Season 1 is available to marathon now, and we are working hard on Season 2. It is almost ready to be out in the world. So subscribe to Attach Your Resume in your podcast app now. We are sponsored this week by Shaker and Spoon, one of my favorite fellow Brooklyn small businesses, and a subscription cocktail service that helps you learn how to make handcrafted cocktails right at home. Every box they send you comes with an incredible array of like dried fruits, nuts, different like tinctures, different syrups, all kinds of stuff that you would typically find only in like the fanciest of cocktail bars. And all you do is buy one bottle of that month's spirit, because each box comes with a variety of different kinds of cocktails you can make with the same spirit. So if you are trying to learn like, hey, rum, not a thing I ever drink before, what can you do with rum? What's up with that? It is perfectly calibrated to use one bottle of liquor, meaning you don't have a bunch of leftovers. I'm looking at you, green chartreuse from several years ago. If you're not Julia, you're not going through green chartreuse that often, and teaches you more home bartending skills. It's fun. It's a great gift if you're traveling somewhere and you are bringing a host gift, or if you just want to like have a very cool and cost-effective way to enjoy craft cocktails at home. You can get one box. You can skip or cancel if you're on a monthly plan. They are super nice and super, super delicious. So invite friends over, class up your nightcaps, or be a great house guest with Shaker and Spoon. Get $20 off your first box at shakerandspoon.com/join-the-party. That's shakerandspoon.com/join-the-party. We're also sponsored this week by United by Blue, a sustainable lifestyle brand prioritizing sustainable materials and ethical manufacturing to lead the charge toward better business practices. Their whole deal is that for every product purchased, they remove a pound of trash from the oceans and waterways, hence blue, the oceans. They unite us all. That's over 3.5 million pounds so far, which is absolutely incredible. They're also working hard to eliminate packaging using plastic to clean up their own supply chains because they want to eliminate single-use plastic overall. Their products feature things like non-toxic regenerative fibers that keep harmful pesticides out of the environment to recycle fabrics that use existing refuse and trash and put it to good use. Their products are also so durable. They are really created to last because the best way to be a conscious consumer is ultimately to consume less. That's the reduce is the first part of reduce, reuse, recycle. So if you are into something like a ceramic mug and candle, some very cool gardening gloves, a backpack made out of recycled nylon, any flavor of water bottle or coffee cup you could possibly need, they have at United by Blue. Seriously, go ahead and check out the website. It's really, really lovely. And I love shopping here for my eco-conscious siblings. And we can always find something we like. So go to unitedbyblue.com and use code JOINTHEPARTY to get 20% off your order. That's unitedbyblue.com, and the code is JOINTHEPARTY to get 20% off your order. And now let's get back to the show.
I made a custom move for all of you. If Obstructor Constructor takes control of your electronics, roll plus superior.
Ooh.
Okay.
For all of us?
Yes, for all of you.
It's a 10 for Rowan.
Let's go.
6. I'm going to mark stuff.
9.
9. Wonderful.
Across the board.
Bang. All right. So that's a success for Rowan. That is a failure for Craft. So make sure
Potential for Craft.
mark potential. And that is a mixed success for Old Connor here. Let's do
Old Connor!
Oh, Connor.
You don't belong here.
My skin is wrinkly, but you can't see it, so it doesn't matter.
That's true.
I age gracefully.
You can see kind of different calcium deposits in the body, though.
Let's start with Connor. Connor, with a mixed success, either mark a condition or an opportunity opens up to kick you out of the cavern.
Oh, no. God damn it. I still have 3 conditions.
Oh,
Didn't you get rid of one last episode?
Okay, so I either have to mark a condition or potentially get kicked out or definitely get kicked out.
Marking condition or an opportunity opens up to turn you away.
I simply don't think this squishy young boy can have any more conditions.
Leave him
fine.
alone. We said he can never be hopeless. Not until prom.
Connor, you then start getting dragged out of the front of the cavern
What?
back
Huh?
into the hallway
Hey.
literally by your wrist. And you're not kicked out, you're just getting dragged away.
Can Kraft jump up and try to hit the EMP button?
Well, here's what happens. On a 6 or lower, the tables are fully turned and take a powerful blow.
Fair
So
enough.
I think that Kraft, you pull the EMP out of your bag, and Obstructor Constructor is oh, I know what that is. Squish. And it's just destroyed.
oh no.
Destroyed.
Fair
And you
enough.
get flung into the side of the geodesic trash dome, and please take a powerful blow.
Okay. So I need to roll plus conditions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rolling a 2d6 and add the number of conditions you have.
I have no conditions right now, baby.
Let's go.
3. Fuck you.
God damn it.
Wow.
All right, take the other potential, and I think you're just fine. You just tank it.
Wait, do you take another potential on
Yes.
Oh,
even-
fuck. That's great.
Yeah, you
Holy
take
shit.
it. You
says that.
You still get the potential as normal, and you describe how you weather the blow.
Hell yeah.
That's sick as fuck.
Incredible.
Cool. Yeah, I think Kraft does get knocked back, but when her back hits the wall, she kind of uses it to literally bounce back.
Incredible.
Maybe she got knocked into a desiccated trampoline that's in the walls there, and she goes, huh, huh,
Sick. I love that.
shit. Fuck.
And Rowan, with a 10, you wrench control back, and you immediately have an opportunity to use a move.
Pierce the veil. Get your question in.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely going to pierce the mask.
Okay, so tell me how you do it. So your phone that's recording everything is rising out of your pocket. Connor's getting dragged away.
Yeah.
Kraft gets thrown against the side of the geodesic dome, but tanks it and lands gracefully. Okay, how do you take control back?
I love the idea that Roa just yells Who hurt you in your childhood?
Well,
Let's set up a situation first.
I think Rowan doesn't break eye contact with this person because one of the things that she can do is kind of like feel, again, the motion of different bodies around her. So she knows that while Connor's being dragged away, he's going to be fine. And that Kraft, she feels the momentum, hit the side of the wall, and then Kraft bounces back to her feet. So she doesn't have to be worried about her peers. And I think a teenager with full tattoos, just confidently looking at you in the eyes as you try to surprise her and just standing there and being like, okay, really rattles this man. She's also going to grab control over the phone and just keep it suspended above them by a few feet, which actually has much better acoustics in the middle of this geodesic dome.
Wow.
There you go.
What? How are you resisting my technomancy powers?
I'm not.
just a small speech bubble coming in from the side of the panel. Obstructor Constructor uses his big staff to like pole vault down off of his throne and just gets down and walks towards Rowan. Rowan, Obstructor Constructor is only an inch taller than you once he gets down from his throne, and you are nearly at eye level with him.
Rowan like turns her weight to the outside of her feet to give her another sort of half inch of height there.
Straightens her spine just a little bit.
Hey, what you could do actually is reduce the gravity on your spine, on your spinal cord. So
like when you wake up. Mm-hmm.
Like when you go to space and you get taller.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
She does that too, for sure.
That's cool. Yeah, set up the situation and make your move. How did you resist my powers? My technomancy knows no bounds. I'm connected to the earth. I am the magnesis that flows through Mother Gaia.
Can I show you my thing now?
What thing?
So Rowan, not breaking eye contact with Obstructor Constructor, sticks out one hand to the right, and you see bits of scrap start to come off the wall, off the floor, maybe a couple off the throne, and a can on the end of the staff. And she's deliberately kind of like pulling them from things that she knows are going to annoy him. Like maybe on the top, on the front piece of the throne, there are some like motherboard chips, some microchips and like graphics processors. One of them says NVIDIA. And she's like, ooh. And she grabs them and they all float toward her. And then as they come together, they start to form the shape of a sphere. And the sphere is hovering and it's extending, and then little legs come out, and then little arms come out, and then a head pops out of the shoulder. And very soon, next to Rowan, a little bit misshapen and a little bit listing to the side, is a human-shaped construct made out of tech junk, sort of wobbling there under its own weight.
Kill me.
And Rowan gestures at it and says, okay, so is this good? Is this scary? Would you like to see this coming at you in like a dark alley at night?
Is this good for you?
Oh, sorry. I'm not done. And then she does one more thing, and with her left hand, the tattooed one, she touches the center of the being's forehead, and its eyes pop open. And out of the mouth, parting with two different motherboards, comes a voice saying, now I could really fuck you up if I wanted to.
Why does it sound like that? You chose that voice? That's not scary at all.
So now that you see me, are you going to respect me? Boop.
Nice.
And then the construct reaches out and boops Obstructor Constructor on the nose. And I think what I want to do is pierce the mask to ask, how can I gain influence over them?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see if you roll well enough to get that. Piercing the mask, I need plus mundane.
Okay, so that is a 0 for Rowan.
Ooh.
6.
Well.
It's not going to do it.
Well.
Shitter. All right, marking potential.
But is it a plus 0 for Voidy McLean?
Voidy McLean.
Yeah, so the same stats.
Oh, anyone can put a tech dummy together. The hard part is holding it together when you're in some trouble. And you hear clang as Rowan, a rusty chain out of nowhere, locks to your ankle and starts to drag you towards a hole that is opening up in the middle of the geodesic dome. There is flame spurting out of the bottom, and you hear the gnashing of gears and metallic teeth breath coming from inside of the hole.
The robot devil.
Can you hold it together when you're getting pulled into the redactor compactor? Snap, snap, snap.
I think so.
Kraft, Connor, what are y'all doing?
At that moment, I think Connor is sort of like, he's been fidgeting with the wristband on his fitness tracker and eventually sort of just pops it off.
Yeah.
I assume that's okay to do.
Yeah, for sure.
He's going to get angry at this point because this asshole is threatening his friends. And he's getting really fucking mad. And so he sort of does that Gandalf thing where he suddenly looks 10 feet tall and bulks himself up and just starts fucking charging at Obstructor Constructor. And I would like to use my move, which is called Be the Monster.
Hell yeah.
And I want to frighten, intimidate, or cow others with my monstrous form. So I don't know that I need to actually hit him, but I want to scare the shit out of him because this big motherfucker is coming to tackle his ass. You hear just down the tunnel from the action, just like...
I love, hell yeah, just charging, backlit with the oil lamps, just charging forward. I feel like your shadow coming forward is so big. And just, you burst into the dome. Yeah, let's be the monster. Let's roll plus freak. Let's see how it goes.
Hell yeah, dog.
I'm gonna fuck this up.
No, you're not gonna fuck it up.
All right, I'm gonna roll plus freak, and because it's not a basic move, I don't have to add my 3 conditions.
Yay, no subtractions. All right, so just plus freak.
And my freak is huge. It's plus 3.
I'm always saying this.
Come on, no whammy. Okay, I got a 5 plus 3 for an 8. That's okay.
That's
okay.
good. That's good. Okay. On a hit, they are thrown off and make themselves vulnerable to you. On a 7 to 9, choose 2. You frighten others you had not intended to scare. You hurt someone or break something you shouldn't have. You feel more like a monster afterwards. Mark a condition.
And that would be the GM's choice.
Well.
There's only one left.
Yeah. Well, you get to choose the 2, though.
Yeah, I get to choose the 2. Yeah, I'm definitely going to frighten others, so I'm sure I'm going to frighten my teammates. I was thinking that would probably happen anyway. And... God damn, do I choose a condition again?
No, you have to save Hopeless for the prom.
Well, I still have Angry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you still have Angry. You could hurt someone or break something you shouldn't have, and I think that could be Obstructor Constructor himself.
True.
Because again, although you are not directly engaging a threat, that doesn't mean violence does not happen.
That's true. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll hurt someone or break something you shouldn't have. So it's a full page sequence where you just see him get bigger and bigger through the blackened hallway. And in the last panel, you just see him smash into Obstructor Constructor screaming.
God, I love that. Yeah, you thought you were just going to scare him, but instead you instinctively just keep running and just lower your shoulder. And yeah, he flies off of you and slams back into the wall, and I think that his throne cracks and falls on top of him.
And Connor's just...
Damn, that worked.
Don't fuck with my teammates!
Well, what would be worse? Obstructor Constructor is knocked out, and then you can't talk to him anymore, and then all of the technomancy stops, or he's not, and the technomancy's still going, and Rowan's still attached to the chain.
Well, so I got my essay thing. Kraft, I think, did too, but Rowan, did you?
I don't think so, because I failed the Pierce the Mask roll.
So I think that would be worse, is that he's knocked out and Rowan would fail her assignment, basically.
Yeah, I think that would be worse. I think, Rowan, the gnashing of the metallic gears and the spouting, the gout of fire slows down to a crawl, and the chain stops pulling you back as Obstructor Constructor is knocked out underneath his trash throne.
We gotta go. I'm sorry. And Rowan dashes her hand in a very sudden movement to the side, and the construction dissipates.
Well, Eric, does that count as foolhardy action without talking to my team?
Yeah.
Yes! Clear that condition, baby.
I'd say so. I think there were enough consequences that I would say so.
So that means I get to clear my insecure action, and Connor, as he's heaving and you see his chest just expand and contract a full 8 inches, he looks around and sees his teammates sort of cowering a little bit, a little scared of him, and he's just gonna run out and run away from this problem.
Connor, no.
Which hopefully would also clear my afraid condition, because I'm running from something difficult.
You are extremely running from something difficult. Bang, bang. Connor ruins Rowan's grade and then runs away.
Yes.
Absolutely. Kraft and Rowan, you're still inside of the trash dome And Kraft, you're chilling.
Rowan,
Yeah.
you didn't get to ask a question, really. I mean, you didn't get an answer to your question.
No.
Maybe we can take him with us? I don't know.
Oh.
Like a show and tell in front of the class.
Well, my thought is he can't stay passed out forever, right?
Yeah.
And then we could just tie him up and then ask him questions that way.
Oh, that's a great idea. But we'll let him go after.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Oh, God.
Do anything to him.
I mean, as long as we take him to the dorm, that'll be okay, because then no one will know. And so we'll just have him in the dorm, because then if he was in, like, the school or something, they'd be like, oh, villain alert. But, like, obviously the defenses aren't working very well right now.
Now, Eric, remind me what I know about that teleporter thing that was floating away from me.
Great. The teleporter can take you anywhere you want to go once. It will break as soon as you do it. It is one way. As long as the number of people can get on the disc, you can all go. And it should just be anywhere you've been before, I guess.
I think Kraft sends Connor a text, says,
Hey, gonna teleport out of here. Meet you back at the dorm.
I think you hear buzzing on the ground of this cavern his phone that he
no.
left.
Great. Snatch that up.
Yeah. Can we take him to that guy's room and not mine? It's just, I
was
cleaned.
gonna say we take him to our cool rooftop.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Cool.
And, you know,
So-
Rowan just, like, lays a hand on Kraft's forearm and is like, if anything gets kind of, like, out of control, just remember the thing about, like, isolating me and, like, keeping me apart from other stuff. And also, if you just, like, have to shove me off a rooftop or something, that's okay, because then I have to focus on you know, not crashing, and whatever else I'm doing, it probably will stop. Okay.
I mean, I would love to not.
Yeah, no,
Throw you off a
me too.
rooftop.
But just, yeah.
Are you sharing a vulnerability or a weakness and telling them how they can stop you?
Yeah.
You sure are.
yeah.
Kraft, since you already have influence over Rowan, you can shift Rowan's labels, and Rowan can clear a condition.
I think Rowan's savior should go up.
Okay.
And your freak down?
I can do that. That gives me straight zeros, except danger, which is a +3.
Hell yeah.
There we go.
And Rowan, you can clear a condition.
Hey, conditionless, baby.
Yeah.
Nice. So I'm going to grab Connor's phone. Kraft is like,
Can you find like a non-techno thing to tie him up with, like maybe like a rubber hose or
Oh, yeah.
not something he won't be able to manipulate later.
Yeah.
Cool. And then we'll tie him up with that. And we'll throw him on the disc and we'll fucking get out of
I
here.
love it. I think we see a panel of you guys looking through the trash, and you see an old slip and slide.
The fuck was this?
it's so wide. and he's so small.
Yeah.
Rowan will, like, tear a piece of the
No, you
90s
wrap him,
grade
up,
rubber.
wrap him up to his nose.
Oh, smart.
Yeah. And you hop on the disc. It like opens up and it's already like sparking and cracking with the three of you on the weight of the
We
television.
gotta go.
Just make sure it's on the roof and not above the roof, okay?
No. Like I'm picturing the space that is not occupied by furniture.
Yeah.
On our roof.
Very good.
Brandon, can you do that in reverse for the second when you land? You are on the roof and you drop on top of a lounge chair that you pulled up to the top of the building.
I said not on top of any furniture.
And then crack, the teleportation disc just crumbles underneath you.
That went really good.
Yeah.
I was expecting to have, like, the chair through my leg or something.
Yeah. We might have to get more of these.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I feel like we set up Obstructor Constructor like a Weekend at Bernie's situation where he's just, like, propped up in the lounge chair. We tie him in the slip and slide with just, like, exactly, like, some tin foil, some rope, like, to the chair, and then Rowan slaps his cheeks.
I will gently defibrillate you if I have to.
Welcome, villain. You are being held until we can ask you your questions, and then you are free to go. Therefore, it's not torture.
Madeline, 5 more minutes.
Who's Madeline? Rowan, ask who's Madeline.
Who's Madeline? Is that your wife? Did you get your heart broke and then you became a villain?
Or is it your mom?
Or maybe like your daughter?
Or sister?
This is the absolute worst attempt that I've ever seen to get me for, what is this? Is this for Dr. Rom's class?
Does he assign the same assignment every year?
Do students try to beat me up and ask me questions every year?
To be fair, we didn't want to beat you up. You attacked us first.
Yeah, you were going to drag me into
You
that thing with the
walked
cool
into
name.
a villain's lair.
Yeah, but like for school.
Yeah, but I do that all the time.
I mean, I don't, but I didn't think it would go bad. Unlike most of my life.
I know you're like, what, 17 and a half?
Yeah, why?
Oh, no, I'm 18.
Little Prometheus, your circumstance is different. I don't even know why you're going to the school. Is this a secret thing? If it's a villain thing, you need to tell me, or it's entrapment.
I mean...
Oh, is there like a code of honor?
I think you're already trapped, bud.
Hey, Brandon, shut up.
Can I tell if I said this was a villain thing, if he would be more forthcoming if Rowan asked him a question? Can I assess the situation, is what I'm
You
asking?
can certainly assess the situation.
Great. Thank you. I roll superior, which is a 0.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Let's
you
do
can
it.
roll, Julia. You don't need it.
That is a 6 plus 3 for a 9.
Ooh, that's a 9. Ask a question.
What here can I use to make you emotionally vulnerable to me? Or to Rowan specifically.
What are you even doing here? It doesn't make any sense. Dr. Prometheus is one of the best teachers I've ever known. And I've only seen his online classes.
Oh, you subscribe to those? Yeah.
It's made me a better me. And what are you doing? This has to be some sort of cover, or you wouldn't be doing anything like this. Or maybe you're just over your skis. Teenage adolescent. I think you are.
And because Obstructed Constructor is an adult, I have influence over you. So I'm going to try to shift your labels.
Ooh.
I'm bringing your superior down and your mundane up because you're just a teenager and you're an idiot.
Cool. Can I resist that?
I would love it if you would resist it.
Yay!
Cool.
So if someone tries to influence you and you reject it, you just roll 2d6.
Okay. 7.
7. Okay. You two Obstructor Constructor out. You can clear a condition or mark potential by immediately acting to prove them wrong. You can shift one label up and one label down, your choice, but I'm going to say you have to say something cool. And you can cancel their influence against you and take plus forward against them by saying something very hurtful, is what I'm going to say.
I'm going to say,
It seems like, even without trying, he taught me a lot more than he ever taught you, buddy.
Nice.
Got him.
I'd like to cancel their influence and take +1 forward against them.
Incredible.
Yay.
All right. So you get +1 forward to that, and because you are assessing the situation, you get another +1.
Hell yeah.
Obstruction Constructor gets the hurt look on your face when a teenager really reads you to filth and recedes back into the chair and stops wiggling, stops fighting, and stops antagonizing you, if only for the moment.
So what's going to happen here, something you can learn from me, in fact, is you are going to answer one of Rowan's questions, and then we're going to let you go so that you can see another day on your garbage chair.
Yeah. What she said.
You're gonna let me out immediately?
Gotta find your own way home, but yeah.
Fine.
We will escort you off the premises.
Fine. If you're really heroes, you won't backtrack on a deal.
I mean, my plan is I'm not going to tell an adult, and we are going to escort you off the premises.
Fine.
Excellent. Rowan, your question, please.
What was the moment that you irrevocably became a villain?
I'm going to let you do Pierce the Mask again, and if, Julia, you're happy with that, I will take the
Please take my +2 forward.
Take the +2 forward that Julia has on this.
Oh, thank you. All right, my mundane is still 0.
Okay, mundane +2.
All right, that's a 6 plus 2 for an 8.
Yay!
Yeah.
All right. the thing that irrevocably turned me into a villain.
Oh, make sure you're recording.
Oh, yeah. And then Rowan, stats a new voice memo.
Abductor Constructor looks at the phone and, you feel the phone have, a little tug out of your hand.
No,
and
no,
he's
no.
like,
Hey,
and he's
no,
like,
no.
I want it close enough so you can hear it.
Fine. Rowan holds the phone up toward him.
The moment that irrevocably turned me into a villain is when my wife Madeline died. They threw her body into Edgewater Lake.
Oh, shit.
I looked for it for years. And then this fucking school was pulled out of the depths. And I can't look for Madeline's body anymore. It's here. I know it's here.
On the school premises?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Would you like us to
Should we help you?
try to find it?
No.
Okay, well, we tried.
Oh, shit, that's so sad. Thank you. May her memory be a blessing, and the sort of burden of finding her body not outweigh the blessing of her memory. Whoa.
Okay, so we're gonna have to keep you wrapped in the slip and slide as we escort you off premises.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay.
I'll float you over the bridge, and then you can go.
Fine. Do it now. I have to feed the T-Rexes.
What do they eat?
Microchips.
That was what I was gonna make that joke, Brandon.
Teenagers.
Microchips and teenagers. Connor, what do you do? Where you at? Where are you doing? Where are you going?
Connor's in his room. Connor's in his dorm room with his head underneath a pillow, just sort of going through it.
Bump, bump, bump. Something is bumping up against your window.
I just peek one eye out underneath my pillow to see what it is.
I just pictured Connor with snail eyes, and I don't know why.
I pictured the eye protruding, through the skin to kind of go up a little bit like a periscope.
It's not doing that, but it's cool to think about that.
Yeah.
There is a drone holding a letter outside of your door. But this is not the same drones that come and bother craft. These they look like stealth bombers.
Very aerodynamic.
Very, very aerodynamic, and it's bumping. Like an air, when a paper airplane swoops, it does that, but it's doing that just on its own, bumping up against your window.
I'm gonna walk over to the window, and because dorm windows don't usually open, just sort of smash a hand through it.
No, it's fine. You grab it, and then the stealth bomber drone flies away.
I'm gonna open that letter.
Inside, there is a typewritten note that says, "This is to inform you that you have misused information from Heroes for Hire," and then your name is filled in, Connor Lyons. You can either phone, fax, email, or come in person to Heroes for Hire and declare your guilty plea for misusing information. If not, please fax, email, or call to enter your not guilty plea, and we'll bring you into arbitration.
Shit.
And then at the bottom, it just says Information Retrieval Team, Heroes for Hire.
Okay.
What do you do?
I think he just sort of tucks it away for now and just ignores it,
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't look at it, it doesn't happen.
Absolutely.
And then knock, knock, knock.
We know you're in there.
No, I'm not.
I have your phone.
I can feel your heartbeat.
It didn't get destroyed.
Go away.
No.
I'm not in here. I'm Connor's roommate.
Connor doesn't have a roommate.
You're too big for the single bed. You got a double bed.
No,
I'm unlocking the door now.
no, I'm naked.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
And
Also, it doesn't matter.
and Rowan through the doorknob unlocks the lock with her powers.
They should really make it gravity-proof, these locks.
We're coming in now, so if you are naked, can you please put on pants?
Fine.
It was really rude how that guy assumed you have flesh pockets.
And you walk in, and Connor's in a full suit.
Thank you. Here's your phone back. I didn't leave it in the villain's lair, so you're welcome.
Connor's back on the bed with his head underneath the pillow, and he just reaches his arm out.
Thank you.
Drops it in his hand.
And also good news, we did kidnap him, and Rowan got her question in, so we can pass this assignment.
Good.
I couldn't have done it without you guys. I'm really sorry.
I think you could have done without me
No.
in that situation.
I would have been dragged into that compactor.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
she would have gotten smushed.
We got smushed.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Yeah, like literally, yeah.
I hurt an innocent person for no reason.
That guy's not
Well-
innocent.
Yeah.
I mean, the worst he did is send a paint robot after us. It's not that big of a
No,
deal.
he tried to smush Rowan.
Yeah.
Wow.
It said some really mean stuff.
He did say some really shitty things. That's
Yeah. I mean, I just, leaned into my baser instincts for no fucking reason. Yeah.
Hey.
I mean, it was in defense of us. It was pretty fucking scary, but that was very useful at the time.
But I should be able to talk my way out of that. I shouldn't have to be a monster to do that.
I mean, you can't convince people who don't want to listen.
Sometimes you gotta show them. I tried to show my powers and it didn't work, but sometimes it will work. Like the thing with Samantha, when I messed up all those houses and caused, I don't know, $1,000 of damage or some number.
I think it might have been more than that. Oh, well.
Did you say, "Oh, Rowan, silly, why'd you do that? Oh, irresponsible"? No.
No, that wasn't your fault.
No. And she gives a little friendly slap to the side of his face. No.
You hit the pillow.
You said, "I got your back." And we got your back always. That's why we're a team.
Yeah.
Think of how much we hate powers. I mean, Rick, right?
Yeah.
Take that amount.
Yes,
And
yes,
reverse
Yes.
it. And that's how much we like you.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
yeah, dude.
All right, who wants to comfort or support Connor?
Both of us want to do that. He's got a lot of conditions to clear.
Hell yeah, I do. Well, that's a 4.
Okay, I'm gonna roll.
Yoinks.
That is a 7.
Hey.
Ooh.
Pretty good.
Marking potential.
Connor, you can, if you open up to what Kraft is saying, then you can mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels.
Yeah, I think Connor throws a side pillow that he uses at Rowan. It's like, shut up.
Yep, nope, too much. I got it.
But then because he feels guilty about the situation with Art AI and Kraft, he listens to Kraft, and hopefully that absolves his guilt, his guilty condition.
Yeah.
Open up, my man. Open up.
No, that makes sense, I guess. I really don't like losing control like that. It's just not me, you know?
Yeah, but also you channeled that. I don't think you lost control. I think you channeled it into something that helped us.
Yeah, it just reminds me of that I'm different, you know?
Yeah, but literally look at both me and Rowan. We're all fucking different, man.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think you guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, and we think you're pretty fucking cool.
Yeah,
You can
so
see my kidney!
So deal with
Yeah,
it.
that's cool as fuck.
Yeah. The rest of us, you can't see it. What's the point? It's just in there.
Kraft rips off an arm.
We're all fucking different.
Okay.
Right back on.
And Connor laughs.
That's great. All right, let's wipe forward to the next time you have villain studies, your senior seminar. It is time for you to submit your projects.
Yay!
School.
So let's see how this goes. Let's do the academic move. I think Dr. Ram is like, okay, let's have everyone present. You're all going to present your interviews with a villain. Very excited to see who all of you tackled. I know I've heard some reports. Maybe one of you went to Lake Town City. Interesting, stretching yourself. Clean up a lot. Sorry?
Predictable. Boring.
A lot of you cleaned up some crime right here at home. Interesting stuff. So yeah, let's do our presentations. Oh wow, lizards. Okay, cool. Yeah, Just a montage of presentations.
Someone just did lizards as villain. They can regrow their tails. They're fucked up.
Oh, a legal lizard ring. Okay, that's fine. You remember, not all villains need to have powers. You're cleaning up the streets. That's what's important. Okay, Rowan, Connor, Kraft, what do you got here?
I think we made a PowerPoint presentation with the audio clips of our specific questions, and Kraft spent a little too much time trying to animate them with kind of stick figures and caricatures.
Absolutely.
Did we try stop motion photography and Rowan just holds the salt shakers in place, or what it's cutlery from the student kitchen, and then you can take photos to stop motion it?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Incredible. All right. Well, let's see how this presentation goes. Each player is going to roll plus danger. We're going to do each of you individually.
Who's going first?
I will go first.
You have +3 to danger, right?
Yep. And I rolled 4. Stop it, which is a 1 on the January dice, but I have +3. So that yields an 8.
That's an 8.
All right.
Okay,
all
an
right.
8 for Rowan.
I'm so
All right,
nervous.
Kraft. Let's see how Kraft does. I wonder if this means more to her now.
I get +2 to this.
Great.
That is a 6 + 4 + 2 for a 12.
Hey!
A 6 and a 4 and a 2 for a 12? God
God.
damn. Let's go.
Kraft spent too much time on this PowerPoint.
You truly did. And Connor, let's get our last roll.
All right, here's the roll. I have a +3 to danger and no conditions.
Do we average this out?
No. Each of you
Damn, okay.
individually.
Okay.
That is a 4 + 6 + 3 for 13.
13. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
But Eric,
Yeah.
I think what happens is that at the end of the presentation, it's like a fancy, at the end of a silent film, it says the end or whatever.
With PowerPoint word art.
Yeah. And Connor clicks it one more and he steps forward and he says, Dr. Rom, if you'll indulge me, for my project, I thought maybe this wasn't the right way to go about this. So instead of focusing on villains for my grade, I would really love to focus on 2 upcoming heroes that really showed their character.
Oh no.
I'm gonna cry.
And Connor clicks forward and it says, Gravitas and Kraft, 2 heroes you can count on. Parentheses, they're still assholes though.
Rowan is openly weeping, laughs, punches Connor in the shoulder.
And Connor does a full 10-minute presentation about how Kraft and Gravitas are incredible up-and-coming heroes and how we shouldn't focus on villainy, but instead focus on the heroes who keep our citizens safe. So if that means that I get a negative grade, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I thought maybe this was the way to go about this project instead.
Connor, you asshole. That's the most beautiful thing I've
No,
ever
you're the
heard.
asshole. Read the side.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
In the middle of this presentation, you see that Glimmer just gets up and pushes her chair over and walks out.
Is she
Hell yeah.
okay?
And at the end, Dr. Ram was like, this doesn't fit anywhere on my rubric. So, I mean, good job, but do you want extra points? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here.
You do whatever you want to do. This was not for you. I don't.
Okay, but
No
but you were in the
offense.
middle of a present. I guess. Okay.
But it's for the class and for us as the next class of superheroes, the next generation of superheroes going forward. I'm sharpening our perspective as a generation.
And some teacher said that it's not really about the grade, and it's about what would happen in life. And I think doing this after a challenge and assignment for your team is kind of like A+, just of a person.
Oh, I said that. Dang.
Got him.
All right.
Maybe you didn't and we're in a multiverse. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. He
kills you.
Okay. Thank you, Connor. Good presentation. Good job, all of you. Not really sure. I don't know. What do you want me to do? I don't know what you want me to do. What are you supposed to?
We're sitting down. Let's just move on to the next one. And the slide says, Fart Stink Cloud, the ultimate villain.
Yeah, so I think the real important thing is that if you're going to fart after lunch, you better do that shit outside.
Yeah.
And you see one single tear because Dr. Rom is not paying attention to the Fart Stink Cloud presentation. And Dr. Rom steals a glance at Connor, and one single tear rolls down his cheek as he looks to his desk and sees a framed picture of him and his former superhero team. And then he wipes the tear away.
Oh.
Okay, and finally we have Team Cast, Rick Powers and Wraith. What presentation do you have for all of us today?
Woo! Go Wraith! Go Wraith!
Thanks, guys. We went down to the bowels of... No, I'm just kidding. We didn't do that. Team Cast, can you plug into your HDMI port and get the thing going? I do not have permissions.
I do not have permission.
Okay, hold on. Rick Powers steps forward, and his shoes like open up to be a podium, and a light comes down from him, like a light anglerfish light grows out of the top of his head and shines down on him, giving him perfect spotlight.
That's how his lighting is so good on his selfies.
You know, we don't have to do a presentation. I know we spent a lot of time doing it. We'll submit that to you later, Dr. Rom, but... You know, I think the most important thing, and Connor, you said it so beautifully, and I couldn't think more of it myself, but, you know, it's important that you combine the two. It's what's good for what is good for your superhero team, and also the fact that we took down the notorious criminal gang Cloud Cover.
Oh, the ones that were robbing liquor stores?
Well, in fact, it turns out that they tried to rob the school, and we took them down.
What?
I'll show you. Let's go to the garage.
You're taking us on a field trip?
Come on, we're all going. And then in like the garage where they bring in all like the food and stuff, just like in the back of the school, there is a giant jar with a big lid on it. And inside are the 4 Cloud cousins of Cloud Cover. They're banging up against the jar. The small one is like running around. The big cumulonimbus is punching with his big cloud fists, just like punching, and you can just hear them like, let me out, let me out, let me out. Yeah, so like they tried to steal stuff from the school and we caught them last night. So I guess pretty good. Turns out all of their respective parents all left them together because, quote, kids are lame, or are wicked lame, kid. They're from Boston, learned that. From Southie, which is where the number one crimes are always committed. There's always a bank robbery happening every 6 seconds.
That's where the number one crime.
Yeah, well, number one crime neighborhood in Boston and on the East Coast. So, like, we caught them, and they told us everything, and their life is actually really sad, and I feel bad for them. So,
I also learned about how villains are mostly people who was hurt.
Rowan, you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You're right. You left them just in a jar with no food or anything for like 12 hours. That's not good.
Well, I think that's what's important because they took down Harvey Withers, and I think that we all needed to do what was best to take care of everyone's favorite groundskeeper, Harvey Withers. Harvey, come on out here. Come on out here. And actual Harvey in his chair that is being carried by Team Cast is brought over and be like, I don't want to admit it, but I was taken by those Cloud fools.
How did they get in?
Harvey, are you okay?
You know, we don't ask those questions about how or why, and I think that Harvey just needs some more time to recover.
I think we should.
Dr. Rom says, you know, the school is reviewing it. Harvey is going to get better. Don't worry about it.
Rowan texts the group chat of the three of us. So what are the odds that they deliberately let these villains in so they could look to apprehend them?
Oh, like 100%.
I'd say 110%, yeah.
Yeah, we got to figure this out.
We turn the page of the comic book, and we see what happened that night. The willowy, wispy one, who is Cumulus, makes a cloud into a little boat with a sail, and then conjures wind to push the raft across the lake.
That's tight.
And then all 4 of them like run up the side of the hill. There's lights. You know, there's lights everywhere. They like stand back, walk around the lights. The little one, the 11-year-old, Sirius, like zooms over, turns the lights off, and then zooms back, and then gives his cousins like a smile. And he's like playing with a lighter the whole time. They nod to the cousin who's kind of like in a big cloud robe, like a wizard's robe, but it's made out of clouds. And she like swirls her hands around, and there is just like a haze falls over the school. And that is when you hear boom as Circulonimbus punches the doors in. Cirrus runs through the fog and then uppercuts Harvey Withers in his chair.
How dare they?
What bastard.
I love what blood looks like.
Ah, that's so disturbing.
Jesus.
All right, let's stop messing around. Where's that closet? And the haze dissipates, and they're looking around. Like the cloud wizard like has her hand up to her third cloud stormy eye, and just looking around, and she says, "There, that's it." And then boom, punches the door open, and that's when you hear Rick Powers says, "Don't you goons ever remember to knock?" And then team cast Wraith and Rick Powers jumps out of the closet, and then cut back to class. Yeah, we took them down. Terrible childhood. It all worked out.
Sorry, did they tell this story out loud to us in the class, or is this just us as players know this now?
No, they would say this out loud. I think that's all kosher. And then Rick Powers says, yeah, and then we took them down. They were actually pretty, once they really rely on the element of surprise there. Once you confront them, when you confront them with power right in their face, they actually pretty easy to take down. And then we talked to them, and they just, they need jobs, honestly. Jobs. That's the real problem.
Did they say what they were looking for out here?
No, they wanted this stuff in the closet.
Is it the closet that I went into?
Yes, it is the same closet that Kraft broke into only an episode ago.
And so how did you know that they were going to be coming for that closet that night, that you were just like so perfectly positioned to be there? We
were on patrol, and they just so happened that it happened.
You were on patrol in the closet?
Yeah, someone, we thought someone had broken in before, so we made sure to make extra precautions.
Fucking suspicious.
Hey, Powers?
Oh, we have questions from the audience. Yeah, who is that? Oh, Connor. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, look at me. Look at me right now.
Yeah.
I don't know how you staged this, but I'm going to fucking find out. And you're going to get kicked out of this school.
Okay. Well, you're not going to find out anything that didn't happen. So, Wraith with her teenage girl face. Connor, come on. There's nothing. I don't know why you're so suspicious of us. Like, I know that we have a higher rank than you, but like, it's not. Come on, it's not that big. It's not that big of a deal. Rank, it doesn't matter.
Connor's just sitting back in his chair, just like tapping his pencil on the desk.
So yeah, that's our presentation. Dr. Mo, do you have any follow-up questions? No, I think we're all good. I'm going to fill out your rubrics here. I'm going to submit your grades into the grade portal. And, if you have any questions, my office hours are always open. I got to go. So I got to go. So good job. We're going to start a new unit next week. All about money and how it corrupts absolutely. Okay, so have a good day, and I don't know, go do stuff. Boing, 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 boing.
Now, is the grade portal a literal portal where he throws grades into it?
Yes.
Incredible. It's like an alphabet soup, but it sort of like floats off into the students' records.
Here's what happens with your academic moves. For those of you who got 10 plus, mark 1 potential or shift the tests label up and down any other label. I think both of you have maxed out danger, though.
I don't have maxed out danger, but I'm going to take the potential.
Cool. 1 potential.
Which also means I get to pick an advancement next episode.
Hey, me too.
I'm going to mark potential, too, because I only have 2 marks, so I'm up to 3 out of 5, so I want to keep going on that.
Nice. So yeah, both of you get your grades back, and you got A's. Incredible. Yes. Yeah. Connor, you got 1 extra point for your heartfelt thing. And he's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to grade this. Like, I'm glad you love your team. That's good. I don't know how to process that as grades. On a different note, I appreciate you came and saw me. Asking people what you're supposed to do next is a good idea. If you need help raising your rank, please come to office hours.
Ooh. I mean, the whole thing about the school is about a subjective grading with the rankings, so Who knows?
To Kraft. Man, you haven't gotten a grade above like 80 in like a year, huh?
Yeah,
Feels good. 95 for Kraft.
not bad. Solid.
The only note was loved animations, spend more time on content than on animations, but great job. Rowan, you get an 80. The audio quality on your recording wasn't that clear, so I wasn't able to hear your questions that well. I don't know what you did to upset the villain too, but that's usually you might get compromised answers if you put them in a highly emotional state.
Yeah.
So when you have a 7 to 9, Rowan, you did all right, but you have to sacrifice something to make the cut. Choose one. You disappoint an adult, you sacrifice your social life, you lost a responsibility, or you hurt your academic standing.
Huh. I think this hurts Rowan's academic standing.
Whoa.
Bang. I think that the next day, Rowan, when you're walking into school, they compute new rankings every single Monday. And Rowan, you are at number 5. Connor is still at 8. And Kraft is at a gentleman's high 60s.
Whoa, that's like I doubled my ranking overnight.
Big jump.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's the Delta. It's the Delta, Julia.
And Rowan sees it, feels a stab of feeling, and then smushes that right down.
Wonderful. All right, we will.
You smush down the gravity of the situation.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Hell yeah. All right, end of session. Each of you gets to choose. You can grow closer to the team, you grow into your image of yourself, or you grow away from the team.
Closer to the team, for sure. Hundo P.
Hell yeah. Who made you feel welcome?
I think the reconciliation between Connor and Kraft in the comforting scene was part of it. And also like getting to tag team one-on-one with Rowan was also very helpful for Kraft feeling a certain way about her teammates.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So Connor does not have influence on you, but Rowan does. Who do you want to give influence to?
I want to get back on Connor's good list, so I think we'll do that.
Nice. All right, influence on you. Boom, Connor. And you can clear a condition or mark potential.
I'm going to mark another potential.
Bang. God, you're going to level up soon,
on
huh?
my way.
Whee!
Nice. Who else?
Yeah, I also think I grew closer to the team for similar reasons. Obvi. So I think I would give, only because Rowan failed the role, I would give Kraft influence over me.
For sure.
I think that's a great reason.
And I will also mark a potential because I want to level up.
Nice.
So I'm at 4 out of 5 there.
Let's go. Rowan, what are you?
I, too, will make this a trifecta. I grew closer to the team. My teammates really showed up for me in a moment when I wasn't sure who was going to have my back, but particularly Kraft really came through for Rowan in this episode.
Nice. Well, Kraft, you can shift Rowan's labels again.
Right now I'm at 0s for everything except danger, which is +3.
I'm going to bring your danger down by 1, and I'm going to bring your savior up by 1.
Cool.
Nice. All right, and then you can also clear condition or mark potential.
Eric, I'm going to mark potential because that's my 5th potential.
Whoa!
Yay!
Oh, nice. All right, we'll do the levels up in the next episode and the start of the next arc. But wait, there's one more page of the comic book left?
What?
Oh, let's flip it.
What's on it?
After the students clear out in the garage, astral hands reach out of the ground and carry Harvey Withers back to his spot in front of the teacher's lounge. Students give him try to give him high fives. He grunts and ignores them.
Damn.
He tips his noir detective hat down, and you can see him scanning the astral plane for anything going on around. He's like, I gotta get someone to mow the soccer field. But there's something you notice. The final panel is looking at his chair from underneath, and you can see something is stuck to the bottom of the chair. There is a spot of bright green ooze that avoids being squished under the leg and kind of slurps up into the chair.